Yeah, hi there, Megumi. This is Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. Okay, let's take a look at the meaning of the 3 attempts. Okay, so you're talking about writing, and I do allow on most of my writing practice tests 3 attempts. What that means is if you do an attempt and you somehow have trouble saving or whatever, you can do another one. That's all that is, really. But let's go back to your question. You said, do you mean that I'd better write an essay after I practice many times by myself and try the next one based on the practice ones for the purpose of improving my writing if I failed the first trial? I thought I should not think about my writing for more than 30 minutes because it will violate the rule of the real exam. But okay, let's talk about your situation. I think for you right now, Megumi, it's okay if you take longer than 30 minutes. Because right now, you already know what your problem is. You need to get more detail in your responses, right? So how about this? Take 2 hours. Take an hour and a half. The important thing is you want to feel what it's like to develop a 350 to 400 word response. Now, maybe in the beginning, when you write your first 400 word essay, it takes an hour and a half. Now, as you keep practicing, you'll get faster. Maybe after you do 2 or 3 practice tests, instead of taking an hour and a half, it only takes an hour. But the main thing is you're keeping the detail and the development up at the level that's required for the TOEFL, but then gradually you're trying to limit your time or the time it takes for you to do it. Eventually your goal, of course, is to write 350 words in 30 minutes, demonstrating good development, a good organization, good control of your vocabulary and your grammar, and all the other things that are important to helping you get a good score. So what I'm telling you right now is, as you're a TOEFL teacher, it's okay if you want to take longer than the 30 minutes to write some of these practice tests. There's no problem with that, right? At least right now. Okay, let's keep going. It says, when thinking about another practice test, such as listening, I can do the next trial after reviewing my formal trial to improve my understanding. That's okay. You say, if I can do the same way in the writing practice test, I can ask you for evaluation for the best one I did, though I think I can ask evaluation only one time in the same test. No, you can do this. Now, if you want me to video, I mean, you've paid for an additional service, right? So if you want me to make a video of an essay that you wrote, at my website, pick the best one, right? And then I'll take a look at that and go over that. However, you can also submit multiple attempts, of a test. I will score all of your tests as many times as you like. There's no problem with that. So don't worry about that. Now, obviously, when I do the video, that's a lot more complicated, and that takes a lot more mental energy. But to simply read your essay and to score your essay, I can do that in about 5 minutes. That's not a big deal. But if you want me to video one of your essays or do a video of it and then make all the necessary corrections, it might be better if you pick your best one. That might be a good strategy. Okay, you say, I'm sorry I wrote less than 300 words in test 2. I'm sorry for the ability for my writing, how to study. You're doing okay. Don't worry about it. You don't need to apologize. You're solving language problems. That's why you registered for my online course. You came to me to get help. You wanted to find out what your problems are, maybe with your speaking or your pronunciation or any other area of your English proficiency, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you see what your difficulties are and to show you how you can solve those difficulties. All right, so hopefully I've answered some of your questions. The main thing, Megumi, is remember this. A Chinese philosopher once said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And guess what? You already took your first step. You've already been studying in my online course for 1 month. Think about how much better you are now than you were when you first started. Think about how much more aware you are. You're more aware of exactly what your problems are, right? Maybe you haven't solved all those problems, but at least you know what they are, and that's a good step. So anyway, keep up the good work. You're one of my best students. I'm very proud of you. I will be so happy when you finish my course and you take the TOEFL, and when you reach your goal and you tell me, Michael, I reached my TOEFL goals, I will be so happy about that. All right, anyway, thank you very much for your comments, and keep up the good work.